Today we're going to show you how to change the tub to pump hose on your washer, and it's a really easy job. All we're going to need is a putty knife, a pair of slip joint pliers, and a 5/16 nut driver. Let me show you how we do it. Now before we begin this repair, the first thing we want to do is to disconnect the power to the washer. So simply pull the plug from the receptacle. And then with that stiff putty knife, we're going to go into that gap between the front panel and the main top, about 4 inches from either side. We'll push straight in and attach that spring. And that spring clip is what holds the front panel to the main top. Once we've released the spring, we can tilt the front panel forward, and then we'll lift it off of the base, where there are 2 tabs attached to that base that fit into some slotted openings on the bottom of the front panel. We can now set the front panel aside. With the front panel removed, we have access to that tub to pump hose. Now one end of the hose goes to the pump, and it has a spring type clamp, and the end that attaches to the bottom of the tub has a gear type clamp. Now there's probably going to be some water in that area, so you want to have an old towel or something to sop that up. So with a 5/16 nut driver, we'll release the clamp that attaches to the bottom of the tub. Just loosen that enough so that we can reach in and give that clamp and hose a little twist to break it free. Next, we'll take the slip joint pliers, we'll reach in and we'll grasp the spring clamp that attaches to the pump, compress it, and then push the whole hose and clamp right off the back of the pump. You can now pull that old hose completely out, and we're going to transfer the 2 clamps to the new hose. We'll next slide that hose into position. We'll start one end of it over the pump. Now with the hose just pulled slightly onto that pump, we'll take the opposite end of it. I'm going to slide it over the outlet from the tub. And we're going to push that firmly all the way onto the tub. And we'll tighten that clamp. Now with the tub end of the hose firmly fastened, I'm going to grasp the spring clamp on the lower end of the hose, and we'll pull both the hose and the clamp fully onto that pump. Now there are some indicators on the inlet to that pump that will show how far that hose should go on. We want to make sure that it's fully inserted onto the pump. And position that clamp securely. We're now ready to put the front panel back on. Now when reinstalling the front panel, we want to make sure that the slotted openings in the bottom edge of the front panel sit directly onto the two tabs on the frame. And then we need to make sure that we line up all four locating pins with the respective holes in the front panel. And then we'll push that front panel sharply into the cabinet so that it engages the two spring clips on the top. We're ready to reconnect the power, and our repair is complete.